I am gonna vote to evict Koopa. Oh my god! House guests, I need you all to gather in the living room. Hello, house guests. So as you know, Koopa has just survived an eviction against his duo partner, Goomba. However, since his duo partner Goomba is no longer in the house, I'm sure you're all wondering what happens. Here's how this will work. Koopa is now immune for this week, and whoever gets evicted this week, Koopa will be paired as a duo with the surviving duo member. So, just for an example, say Charmander and Wobbuffet are the final nominees. If Charmander leaves, Wobbuffet will become partnered with Koopa. That's how this will work for the remainder of the duo portion of the game. Thank you, house guests. So hearing that I'm immune is great. I get to breathe a sigh of relief, and I don't have to worry for this week. And while you're all right here, let's begin your next head of household competition. Charmander, please step to the side. House guests, welcome to your next head of household competition. Right here are 6 quarters. This is going to be a tournament-style competition. There are 12 of you left, so basically, we're going to start off with, it's going to be played with how you're all on the line. So Wobbuffet and Beaks, please step up. You two will be first. Here's how this will work. Wobbuffet, you start with 3 quarters. Beaks, you start with 3 quarters. Right here is a nickel, because I'm out of quarters. And so, both of you have to choose heads or tails, and you have to pick either heads or tails. You cannot pick the same one. And each round, we'll flip the coin, and so basically, Wobbuffet your heads, Beaks or tails for the pick. So tails. So Beaks, you get to pick if you want to be heads or tails. I want to be tails. Alright, so we're going to flip the coin several times, and each time we do, if it lands on heads, Beaks will have to give one of his quarters to Wobbuffet. And if it lands on tails, Wobbuffet will have to give one of his quarters to Beaks. And we keep going until someone gets all 6 coins, and that person will move on. The other person will be eliminated from the bracket, and we keep going until we have a winner. Alright, let's begin. Is a heads. Beaks, you have been eliminated. Wobbuffet, you move on to round 2. Alright, round 2, we got Koopa versus SpongeBob. Koopa, what do you pick? I'm gonna go heads. Alright. It was a really close battle. But Koopa, you're moving on. SpongeBob, you are eliminated. Between Harriet and Scrappy, Harriet gets to decide. What do you pick? I'm gonna go tails. Alright. It was a really quick battle, but Harriet, you've been eliminated. Scrappy, you're moving on. Round 4 is versus Rodney and Gary. Gary gets to decide what he wants first. Gary, meow once for heads, meow twice for tails. Meow. Heads it is. Another quick match resulting in Gary winning. Sorry, Rodney, but you have been eliminated. Round 5 is between Scratchy and Scoops. Scoops, you get to decide what you want. What do you pick? Gonna pick tails this time. Alright. Sorry, Scoops, but you have been eliminated, and Scratchy moves on. The final round of the first set is between Itchy and Orson. Orson gets to decide. What do you pick? Gonna pick heads. Alright, Orson has won. Sorry, Itchy, you have been eliminated. Now we start section 2. Wobbuffet versus Koopa is round 1. Koopa gets to decide which one he wants. I pick tails. Alright. Koopa has got all the coins, which means Wobbuffet has been eliminated, and Koopa moves on to the final round. Next is Scrappy versus Gary, and again, Gary gets to decide. Meow once for heads, meow twice for tails. Meow. Heads it is. Gary wins, which means Scrappy, you have been eliminated. Gary, you will face Koopa and either Scratchy or Orson in the final round. Finally, for section 2, we have either Scratchy or Orson. Orson gets to decide. What do you pick? I'm going to pick heads. Alright. Orson got all the coins. This means Scratchy has been eliminated. And it's time for Orson, Gary, and Koopa to face off. Here is where it gets interesting. Because there's 3 of you, we can't exactly just do heads or tails. So Koopa will start and will say either heads or tails. If he's right, he gets to take a coin from either Gary or Orson. And if he's wrong, nothing happens. And then Gary will go, and then Orson will go. And eventually whoever ends up with all 6 coins will win head of household. It is tails. Koopa picked correctly. Who do you want to steal from? I'm gonna go Gary. Gary, what do you choose? Wow. Alright, that's heads. Tails. Nothing happens. Orson, what about you? I'm gonna pick heads. It's heads. Who do you choose to steal from? I'm also gonna go Gary. That's a heads, which means, congratulations, Koopa. You are the new head of household. I never in a million years thought I'd be able to win a competition. This is so surreal. I can't believe it. Yeah. No, because I still can't believe I did this. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. I'm super happy that Koopa won HOH this week because I know that he's my ally and that I'll be definitely safe this week. You hikey slayed that though. So Koopa already had immunity, but now he has the HOH immunity, which means that we all have immunity too because he's not going to nominate us, so we're all safe. Yeah, it's getting late. I'm tired. Congrats on your win, dude, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, so did you want to talk about anything regarding last week? So, last week, I discarded the veto while Goomba and Koopa were on the block. I did this because Goomba told me that he wanted me to do so, but Koopa was not aware of this, and so I have a little bit of damage control to do, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to know, why you didn't use the veto, because I thought I could trust you. You still can, is the thing. Yes, but how? I don't understand why. Want the full story? Was it something with Goomba? He wanted you out. Yeah, he was really gunning for you. Really? Yeah, he came to me and he was like, I have this massive plan. I want to get Koopa out. I don't want you to use the veto. And you didn't use the veto because of it? Yeah, so you were trying to get me out. Fuck, no, I can see how it looks like. So I'm telling Koopa the 100% truth about what happened, but I'm realizing the way that I'm wording things, it makes it seem really, really not good. And the more I try to fix myself, the more it goes downhill. You didn't use the veto. You listened to Goomba's plan. You wanted to get me out. You proved your loyalty was not to me. No, because I knew he would be voted out because it was a stupid-ass plan. And look where it got him. He's out of the house. But was that your intention? Intention doesn't matter. He's out of the house and so it's done with. Girl, what are you talking about? Intention obviously does matter because if you wanted to get me out, then you wanted to get me out. And that means I can't work with you. Beaks, he has a point. Or, I'm sorry, but can you please stay out of this? This is just between me and Koopa. Okay, I'm sorry. It was so unnecessarily aggressive. He's so annoying sometimes. So, Beaks, was your intention to get me out, yes or no? Intention doesn't matter because he's out of the house. It's a yes or no question. It's not that fucking hard. Was your intention to get me out or not? Guys, what's going on? I heard yelling. Your jackass of a duo partner just backstabbed me and is trying to claim that he didn't. Okay, first of all, don't call him a jackass. Second of all, what's going on? Like, how did you backstab him? I didn't. First of all, bitch, shut up. Nobody cares. You've been invisible since, like, literally day 2, so shut up. He discarded the veto because Goomba told him to, and he wanted to get me out. I didn't want to get you out. So then why didn't you tell me that when I asked you what your intention was? Koopa, calm down. I have a right to be pissed off right now. I'm gonna walk out of here if that's alright. Alright, that's fine. They are screaming up there. Oh, what? Saying, like, Goomba told Peaks that he wanted to stay on the block so they could get Koopa out. There's a lot of accusations going on up there, and I feel like it's not my place, not my time, but I want to make sure everyone downstairs knows what's going on because it's kind of a large fight going on. Wait, who is it? It's like Koopa and Beaks and Scoops, because, like, I guess that's why Beaks discarded the veto, because Goomba, came to him and was like, I want you to discard the veto because I want to get Koopa out. Koopa's fighting? I'm just gonna stay out of this. So, Beaks, if your intention was not to get me out, then why didn't you at least tell me about the plan before you didn't use the veto? Or talk to me at all since you didn't use the veto? He didn't do anything wrong. He literally have no idea what he's even doing. Why are you adding to the argument? He's just defending me. Why are you being such a dick about it? And he deserves to defend me because I didn't do anything. It's not that hard to understand that you should have informed me before you didn't use the veto if it was for this kind of reason. I deserve to know this. How do you feel that way? I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up. Like, who do you think you are? Someone who's being falsely accused of things. Done with this. If you're not gonna see things from my perspective, then there's no point in arguing with you. I'm done. So frustrating that he doesn't get this. It's so simple. If he was going to listen to Goomba and not use the veto, which ultimately was to try to get me out, whether he wanted to or not, that was the plan. I would have liked to have at least been given a heads up because we were supposed to have been working together. But he just doesn't understand that somehow. It was never the target, and Goomba's gone, so it's really not a big deal, and he's just blowing this out of proportion. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, I basically just, like, left after that. I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Koopa, what happened up there? Oh, the fucking little dumbass and his little green-haired accomplice or whatever are up there trying to convince me of stuff, and I'm done. Hold on, let me go talk to him. Literally, I can't. Koopa. Hi, Scrappy. So, what exactly is he trying to convince you? I really don't want to get into this too much again, but he's just like, apparently Goomba last week came up to him and told him to discard the veto so he could get me out, and he never told me or gave me any warning. So basically he was trying to get me out and is trying to cover his ass. Oh, okay. Hearing this is very surprising because I had like no idea about any of this going on. Koopa, was it Beaks? Because he's been so fucking messy lately. Yeah, clearly. No, because I wanted to get him out last week. Me and Charmander, we wanted to backdoor his ass. We wanted to put him on the block and send him home. But we couldn't because he won veto. Actually, bye, girl, he's gotta go. Yup. This past week, Beaks has been like very scrambly. And I was working with him before, but I just don't think that he's very safe to keep around anymore. Now, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but like, if I were you, I'd definitely put him up. For sure. I mean, like, I was kind of already thinking that. Right, yeah, that's perfect. House guest, it's time for the nomination ceremony. House guests, it's time for the nomination ceremony. As head of household, it is my responsibility to nominate one duo for eviction. The duo I have nominated is Beaks and Scoops. Yup, whatever. I have nominated you Beaks and you Scoops. This should not come as a shock because after our little argument that we had earlier today, I think it's safe to say your fate, this nomination ceremony was sealed. Yeah, this nomination ceremony is adjourned. Usually I am like not, I try to avoid confrontation, so the fact that I was able to argue like that really surprises me, and I'm not sure in a good way or a bad way yet, but to be honest, I really hate both of them, and I don't even care which one goes. I just hope nominees do the same, because I really want them to go. That was basically entirely a lose-lose situation for me. Like, I tried to hold my own in that argument, and I don't know what he was talking about. There was really nothing I could have said that would have made things any better. So I basically just have to accept this and try my best in the veto. So I'm on the block, no surprise. I just have to really, really try hard in this veto because if the veto isn't used, Beaks could go home, or I could go home. That's not good. So unfortunately, my backdoor plan for Beaks and Scoops failed last week, but I'm very thankful that Koopa is gunning for them too this week. So hopefully the shot can not miss this time. Who will win the Golden Power of Veto, and will it be used to save Goomba and Koopa from eviction? All this and more Wednesday at 6/5 Central on Big Brother Plush.